Welcome in, ladies and gentlemen, to our Bingham Insurance pregame show. I am Shane Smith, joined alongside by quite a crew tonight. We've got Dennis Halverson, Brandon Morris, Tyler Bowerman running the ones and twos tonight, and John Burkhart with our camera. Sorry for our late entrance tonight. Gaylord St. Mary's is a little bit different than Charlevoix. For you, those of you who are watching from Charlevoix, Gaylord St. Mary's, their varsity game tips off right around 7:30. So that's why we're having the late start. But hey, we've got some stuff to talk about. We can fill in a little time. We've got quite the matchup for you tonight. Charlevoix Raiders versus the Gaylord St. Mary's Snowbirds. I don't know about you guys, but so far they've had a good start, both in the winning record. Charlevoix 4-3 and Gaylord St. Mary's with a 3-2 record. Brendan, I'm going to bring you in first here. You know a little bit more about Gaylord than Dennis and I do, being from the Charlevoix crew. So what are some key things that we're seeing or going to see from Gaylord tonight?
Well, I will first start out by saying one of these teams might have a little bit too much rest on their hands while the other is probably pretty fresh. Charlevoix coming off of some action up in the UP, and they had a lot of good competition up there. They faced Gaylord St. Mary's. They have not played the game since December 22nd.
Wow. Okay.
So a little over, almost over a week now. They've been out of action. Sorry, it was actually a little longer than December 22nd. Their last game, though, was against Mansalone a few weeks ago. So they've had a lot of time off. But this Gaylord St. Mary's team began the season kind of early on. 2 really tough losses against out-of-conference opponents. But ever since then, they've had 3 straight wins. However, there are some questions as the validity of those wins because all 3 of them are in conference, and they were one-sided double-digit, wins. So it'll be interesting. Gaylord St. Mary's will probably have their first true test against a Charlevoix team that's already had some good tests. So early on, it'll be fun. It'll be interesting to see who kind of gets some momentum rolling and see how things shake.
Dennis, I'd like to bring you in for the Charlevoix side. For those of you watching at home, what do we have to look for Charlevoix going against Gaylord St. Mary's tonight?
Yeah, well, let me first off by saying what a pleasure it is for me to be in the Monsignor Kaminsky gym here tonight.
Yeah.
My first time ever in the Monsignor's gym. I don't know anything about him, but obviously was a recognized individual in the Gaylord area to have a gym named after him, so what a pleasure that is. Secondly, I want to just mention we're up here, a small gym, kind of similar for you guys in Charlevoix, the old junior high, that size, a small gym, very intimate feel. We're up here on the stage up here, just us handful, and we're looking across at the only bleachers across here, which is we're staring right at them. I feel like I should have brought my guitar. I could have done a few songs at halftime. They would have known them all over here at St. Mary's, Cathedral Church, so that would have been kind of fun. But you can't think about Northern Michigan sports without the name St. Mary's of Gaylord coming up. I mean, you talk football, you talk basketball. The Snowbirds are in every discussion historically, whether either of those 2 sports in particular, and this year's nothing different with the girls here doing very well, the boys doing very well. So, we're going to walk in here and see your typical good Gaylord St. Mary Snowbird team. Again, we're just getting off the jet lag coming back down here from Negaunee, which we kind of had it handed to us up there in Negaunee here last week. So hopefully we can get those game tapes burned. Maybe they left them up there in Mackinac City on the way through back down to Charlevoix because we don't want to be resurrecting, that game, unfortunately. So kind of a new year, new start, kind of an old opponent. I think typically we would play Gaylord St. Mary at least once in a basketball season. But we'll see what happens here tonight with regards to our momentum, what the Christmas break did to both teams. In the first game, our JV had it kind of handed to them 57-15. So we kind of like to even the score up here with a varsity game. But again, we're looking at the typical stars for Charlevoix, those folks that have tended to rise to the occasion. I think of Abby Wright, I think of Michaela Sherrow, I think of Anna Kemp, being kind of the pillars of the Charlevoix team, and I think the team goes as that handful of young ladies kind of takes us. So looking at the Gaylord team here tonight, the one thing that kind of pops out is that they're a pretty old team. They've got 5 seniors on their, we're kind of discussing earlier, 7 people lineup or bench or not. They've got that 5th quarter rule that some JVs can come up from the JV team and play 1 quarter in the varsity game. So we're not quite sure until we see what happened there on who they bring up for that 5th quarter. But they do have one freshman, Kaylee Jeffers, who is also a starter, who's a freshman. So she didn't play at all in the JV, so we're going to see her apparently in the guard spot.
Right, yep. She's Kaylee Jeffers, one of their already lead guards as a freshman. And you kind of mentioned real quick they have an older team, a lot of seniors. That's because a lot of these ladies have been playing on varsity since they were also freshmen. So it almost becomes second nature, it seems, in Gaylord St. Mary's program for freshmen to get that one of those starting roles. Maybe not guaranteed, but it seems like there's always at least 1 or 2 freshmen that to seem to have enough potential to bring up and play all 4 years on varsity. Heck, I've even seen in past where they bring 8th graders up to able to play a quarter or so. So yeah, they step into that starting role early on here at St. Mary's, and a lot of them have flourished.
Yeah, Gaylord St. Mary's, a small school. Everybody's got to be ready to go, no matter how old you are, just to get the team on the court or the football field. It's this a Ski Valley Conference? Trying to remember what conference.
Yep. So Gaylord St. Mary's in the Ski Valley Conference, along teams like Central Lake, Joburg, Mansalona, Onaway, and whatnot. So
Forest area, Pellston.
Yep.
They travel all over the place.
Oh yeah.
And we're talking about their record up to this point. They got beat up on non-conference games, but on the in-conference games, they're kind of probably first place right now.
Right. So yeah, Gaylord St. Mary's. I don't have the numbers in front of me, but they've won their conference, the Ski Valley Conference, multiple years in a row, making a quarterfinal appearance last year. Almost always the team on top, the team to beat in the Ski Valley Conference, and yeah, they just haven't really been dethroned yet, and I don't see them being dethroned from that top spot this year either.
Well, I tell you, I've got my 50-50 tickets in my pocket that I bought on the way in here.
Did you get me an arm length?
No, arm length, that cost me like $30.
I got a small arm, so.
Igor back in the truck shook me down for a ticket too, but I didn't have enough money. So I've only got like a handful. But anyway, so I've had my popcorn. I got you guys popcorn.
Yep.
I got my 50-50 tickets, so we got great seats. The refs are right here in front of us. We could reach out and pinch their ear if we wanted to.
Yeah.
We've already talked to one. He kind of wanted us to mention his name because apparently his mom listens back home wherever his mom is. But we're right in the action. We can hear the players breathing as they go by. Like I said, the refs are on the sideline here. I could throw a spitball right at the back end.
I would avoid that till at least maybe the 4th quarter.
Yeah.
Let's get 3 good quarters in. Maybe we'll see.
I'm not a good aim, but I could hit any one of those 3 from where I'm sitting right now. They are right here.
I just really like the Monsignor Kaminsky gym feel. Really tight baselines. The walls right here. The sidelines are right here on the stage, or right where the benches are. It really is difficult. I've actually had the chance to play here when I was in school. And the feel from going to a bigger gymnasium, especially what Charlevoix is used to then this, it's a lot tighter. Everyone, like you said, they're right there. You can hear people breathing and stuff. So it does have a slight mental effect on you in your comfortability right away, especially if you have some loose balls where you need to go to the sideline. You might ease up a little bit more and not, commit as much because you are nervous of how close things are.
Yeah, you're not going to dive for many balls either on the baseline or on the sidelines, or it's not going to end well. You're going to find yourself in the concussion protocol because there is literally, I'm looking right down here. Let me get up off my chair here. It's probably maybe 2 feet between the sideline here and the brick base for the stage. And that's the way it is all the way around. But with that being said, it's pretty cool. For those of you old Charlevoix who used to watch games over there in the old middle school, it's got that feel, not quite that big, but that tightness and that, kind of intimate feel for watching the game. So we're pretty excited about it, excited about doing a game in a place like this, and looking forward to some pretty good girls basketball here in a minute.
Well, speaking of that, ladies and gentlemen, we've got just over a minute before the national anthem and the team lineups are given. So we want to take a quick moment to thank our sponsor, Bingham Insurance. And we'll be right back after this.
Business owner, you learn to wear a lot of hats. The custodian hat, the IT hat, and well, the you should have called a professional hat. Auto Owners takes care of your business insurance, so you can take care of everything else. That's simple human sense.
Ask Bingham Insurance Services in Charlevoix if auto owners make sense for you.
Are you interested in building a new home or renovating an existing one? With over 100 years of combined experience, J&J Construction is one of the most reliable and respected general contractors in our service area. J&J is a trusted construction partner valued by architects, subcontractors, financiers, and most of all, their clients. J&J Construction has been completing quality homes and improvement projects that add value to the communities they serve. They bring a passion for innovation and a commitment to quality to every job they do. Call them today.
I'm going to tell you about sportsmanship because it's important. Treat your opponents the way you would want to be treated. My mom says that. Listen to the referees. It's their job. Be nice to their team and our team. Cheer them on. Always play fair. It's the right thing to do. It's sportsmanship. It's not that hard.
Hey, dude, check out this birthday cake I just got.
Oh, dude, that's awesome. Did you get that one at the local bakeries?
No, I got it at the grocery store.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Can I see that for a second?
Yeah.
Seriously, dude? All these 4 local bakeries, and you had to go to the supermarket? Like, it's not even my birthday.
It was for my mom.
Oh. Still.
And welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. Just got done with our prayer beforehand and the national anthem. And now your starting lineups. First off for the Raiders, we've got number 3, Evelyn Rozier. Number 5, Abby Wright. Number 13, Carly Eaton. Number 15, Anna Kemp. And number 21, Bayani Collins. And now for your Gaylord St. Mary Snowbird roster. Got number 2, Miriam Murrell. Number 11, Macy Bevel. Number 13, Sydney Grzinski. Number 14, Ava Schultz. And number 32, Emma Glasby. And we want to take a quick moment before we get into action to thank our friends at Bingham Insurance. As we all know, running a small business can be risky, but one thing you can't leave the chance is your insurance coverage. Bingham Insurance wants to help keep you covered from the unexpected from happening. That's Bingham Insurance Company representing Auto Owners Insurance. Thank you very much, Bingham, for supporting us, and we're just about ready.
Bartlett's Home Interiors is your hometown home furnishing store, serving northern Michigan since 1950. Your perfect fit is waiting for you here. Among our large selection of furniture, flooring, Serta mattresses, and Hunter Douglas window treatments, our experienced staff can help with the details that are important to you to transform your space. Come explore our 35,000 square foot showroom today or visit us at bartlettshomeinteriors.com. Bartlett's Home Interiors, where you're always at home. M66 North, Charlevoix.
Charlevoix's Anna Kemp has it, passes it up now to Abby Wright as she crosses half court. Stiff opposition there over to Bayani Collins in the corner. She'll pass it back over to Kemp. She'll run it into the paint for the jumper and gets 2 of her own.
Now Kemp didn't do as well as she has up at Negaunee last week, but before that had a big game. So we're looking for her to continue where she left off right before the Negaunee game.
At the moment, we've got number 13, Sydney Grzinski with the ball. She passes it up court, lost in the shuffle. Anna Kemp comes away with it for the Raiders, not before Snowbirds get a steal, and that was number 14, Ava Schultz, with the missed shot there. And we've got a foul on Charlevoix.
Well, look for that Ava Schultz, Abby Wright matchup. That looks like a good contest right there between those two young ladies.
Ava Schultz with the inbound. Pass around back over to her now at the corner. She'll try for a long two, falls away. Anna Kemp goes in, tries to gather it up, and that'll remain Snowbird ball.
So Charlevoix dealt with some three-point, the opposition against Negaunee, a lot of three-point shooting and whatnot, a lot of outside shots. Similar what they'll do with against St. Mary's, although St. Mary's does like to drive in a little bit more, but the Raiders are going to have to protect that perimeter throughout tonight's contest as well.
Well, another shot went up, this time by number 12, Emma McKinley. She wasn't able to connect with the basket.
Well, I tell you, we've been doing a lot of girls' basketball game, but the first couple minutes of this game, the pace is at a tempo that I haven't seen this year. Very fast-paced, a lot of moving around. Everybody's in motion. So be interesting to see if they can keep that up. But so far, the pace has been very quick.
Charlevoix's Abby Wright handles the inbound, gets it over to Bayani Collins now. Back over to Wright. She'll work it into the paint. Now back over to Collins. She didn't like that opportunity, but Schultz was able to come away with it for Gaylord. Now Macy Bebel, and she puts two on the board.
Nice little left-hand layup there to finish that off.
Wright once again for the inbound. Anna Kemp has it now for Charlevoix. Working against a little double team coverage. Back over to Wright now. She crosses half court with it, passes it once again over to Collins. She'll try for a three, bounces around and out. Abby Wright's able to get the rebound. Now over to Eaton, back to Collins. She'll try for another three, just short. And Schultz comes away with it for the Snowbirds.
Yeah, Schultz is a player.
Schultz now over to Bebel. Now back to Schultz for a three. No good there. Gaylord able to come away with it after two Charlevoix players ran into one another. 13, Sydney Grzinski has it. Back over to Schultz. Now Bebel taking a moment. Back over to Grzinski. Gaylord passing the ball around healthily.
Yeah.
Travel there, no good.
Ooh, that's tough too. Yeah, you get
that stung.
Yeah, and I think you got to credit some of the defense there, the closeout ability, kind of get her off of her rhythm, because that was a good cross-court pass there by the Snowbirds. Set up a good look, but
yep.
So Charlevoix escapes that one. Still down 4-2 at the moment with 5.5 to go here in the first quarter. 13, Grzinski comes away with it for the Snowbirds. Not before Anna Kemp comes with a steal of her own. And we've got a foul against the Snowbirds.
Yeah, full court press. You're going to see that throughout most of tonight's contest from Gaylord St. Mary's. Every game I've called of them, they've started out with full court press. That's something they like to do. Dennis, you kind of mentioned the tempo. That's something they're going to try and get going right away with players like Morell and Bebel and Schultz, who can run the length of the court.
Well, this is a tempo that Charlevoix is not used to playing. So it'll be interesting to see if our coach here tries to slow them down a little bit, because I don't think they can keep this pace up against a team, like you said, probably plays this way for 4 quarters. Charlevoix does not.
The pass over to Emma McKinley now. Kaylee Jeffers has it, passing it back around over to Bebel. Plenty of passing going around. Bebel will try for a three, just short. Anna Kemp comes away with it for the Raiders, trying a little bit of a break. Met up with all sorts of oppositions. She's still able to hang on to it, though. Now over to Abby Wright.
I like the grit Kemp shows digging out that ball.
Collins tries for another three, just short. That'll be off the hands of the Snowbirds. Charlotte will get another opportunity here. Still down, 4-2 is the score. 4:49 here in the first quarter.
Man, I'm going to take my sweater off. It got hot in here. Fast-paced game so far in this first quarter.
Evelyn Rozier with the inbound for the Raiders. Anna Kemp puts it up for two, no good.
So far, rebounding efforts definitely leaning towards St. Mary's.
Number 24, Kaylee Jeffers, the young freshman, puts up three.
You mentioned she was a shooter. You can't give a shooter that much space. She's going to make it hurt for you, but she did.
And, oh, wow, nice trap. Ava Schultz using her size.
Yep. Schultz broke up that pass by Rozier. Foul on Charlevoix. That'll be number 5, Abby Wright.
Man, a lot of hands on hips right now. A lot of running around. All those Christmas cookies, man, they're feeling it.
So Ava Schultz will be handling the inbound for Gaylord. Pass up to Morrell. Now back over to Jeffers. And Bebel has it, trying to work against Rozier, getting into the paint. Lets it go. Rozier able to come away with the steal, not before Grzinski comes back away with it for Gaylord St. Mary's, and no good on the shot there by Bebel.
And she moves well with the ball there, number 11 for Gaylord, that Macy Bebel. So far, pretty impressive. You mentioned she was probably one of the key players for Gaylord.
Yeah, so Bebel, Jeffers, really, I would say maybe they're two primary ball handlers. Morrell likes to handle it. But, yeah, they just got a lot of speed. Maybe not a whole lot of size, but they use their speed, the pump fakes, the quick passes, fake passes to their they use that. They like to use it a lot, really.
Well, hey, we like to keep our bills paid, too. And while we've got a quick timeout here, we want to thank our friends at Charlevoix State Bank. Charlevoix State Bank is your only local community bank headquartered right here in Charlevoix County. With branches in Charlevoix, Boyne City, East Jordan, Ellsworth, and Beaver Island, we're always ready to serve our friends and neighbors. That's Charlevoix State Bank, a proud sponsor of tonight's game, and we're proud to have you sponsor us. Thank you so much, Charlevoix State Bank, as Gaylord St. Mary's gets ready to go underway once again. Ava Schultz with the pass to Morrell. Now back to Bebel, around the arc to McKinley. Bebel has it for a moment now. One thing that Gaylord does, I've noticed, Charlevoix is not that adept at, is passing all around the arc. As Bebel has it one more time, working against Rozier. She'll go into the paint. The layup gets it in.
Really fearless, too. That's something I've noticed early on this season for St. Mary's. Even if they don't have the size advantage, pretty equal as far as this game goes. But early on, they've just really been able to drive inside fearlessly because they shoot so well outside.
Abby Wright, she'll drive it in and get two of her own.
That was a great move with the ball. Paid off for two. We needed that. 9-4, 5-point lead by Gaylord, but this is a high-energy, snappy passes, good basketball game here so far.
Anna Kemp was able to gather the inbound from Abby Wright by her fingertips. Now Rozier has it right in front of us here as Abby Wright will take it back to the paint. Gets the layup and
really good look too, using the left hand.
Abby Wright going up against Ava Schultz without fear. That was a nice 2 points, and she gets the bonus here. Started making a 2-point game. She's my most improved player so far from the start of this year. She's got the size.
And she gets in the extra point. So far, this game's scoring leader with 5 points so far. 5 of Charlevoix's 7. The score is now 9-7, and a high pass sails well over the head of Coach Kepke for Charlevoix, and the Raiders will have it back with Abby Wright taking the inbound.
One thing I like about Abby Wright, she seems to get a little better each and every game.
Anna Kemp, a high flyer. Nobody was there for Charlevoix over the head of Ava Schultz.
Looks like a little bit of miscommunication between the two.
A little bit there. As number 11, Bebel for Gaylord St. Mary's, passes it off. The shot no good by Emma McKinley. Snowbird's able to gather it back, though. And we've got a travel call on Jeffers.
Again, a very impressive Gaylord St. Mary's Snowbird team here. Snappy passes, attack the basket, great defense. They look like a total package.
Evelyn Rozier working against Bebel. All she can handle, gets it off to Kemp now. The ball tipped by Schultz. And now Bebel has it. She'll throw it up for two. No good. She'll get her own rebound. Loses it, and Rozier picks it back up for Charlevoix.
She kind of threw up a prayer, which is kind of appropriate for where we're at.
Right. And a foul there as Anna Kemp goes spilling across the floor. That'll be against Schultz.
Now, I've really just been impressed with, in every game I've been able to see for St. Mary's, just their ability to use that full court press early on as an advantage, tire out the opposing team. Right now, Charlevoix, they're getting tired out, I feel like. Although it's still early in this game, they're already having to deal with this press. Already had to turn it over 2 or 3 times now because of that full court press.
I will say, for their part, Gaylord has had a couple of turnovers as well, missed passes and travels. So
absolutely.
Yeah, there's been plenty of turnovers on both sides. And with that, Charlevoix with a missed shot, Gaylord will have it back, and Ava Schultz will be handling the inbound.
Only 2 minutes left here to go, but it's been a high-energy, fast-paced, rock-em, sock-em basketball game.
Yeah, I think both of these offenses like to play at a kind of a different pace, and it'll just be interesting early on which team is able to kind of set their offense, go through some plays comfortably, and get the best looks early on. As obviously with how fast this pace is, I'm curious to how long that can be kept up.
Gaylord has a stifling defense, which results in a turnover here for Anna Kemp on the travel.
Yep, Gaylord had another missed pass, and then were able to hold Anna Kemp to about 20 feet up the court before they were able to call her on a travel. So Gaylord gets it right back. Still a minute 40 to go here in the first quarter. Raiders down 9-7. Snowbirds have it. Jeffers passes it back over to McKinley. Yeah, what do we have here?
Foul on Ava Boss.
Ava Boss, okay.
Well, that Gaylord defense has got Charlevoix just out of their comfort zone. They're, again, very tight on the ball. Really requires some pretty good passes, and you just can't dribble against it. You got to pass. You got to pass right now on that opening you see, because otherwise you're going to get the ball taken away from you.
McKinley with the pass over to Bevel, broken up. And we've got a jump ball situation. Charlevoix possession.
Again, Abby Wright in there, trying to muscle that ball around, and they get it back on the possession.
Anna Kemp now has it for Charlevoix, working against McKinley. Passes it to Abby Wright. Now back to Kemp. She'll take it across the half-court line, over to Collins. Trying to see if she can't get a look for a three. Doesn't. Over to Wright now. Collins in the paint. She'll try and put up for two.
Nice move in the paint. Doesn't pay off.
Charlevoix gets the rebound back, though. That was off of Ava Boss. Abby Wright now. She'll try for a three. Why not?
Oh,
wow.
That was a four-pointer right there. That was 2 steps beyond the arc.
Raiders take the lead for the first time in the game. Not before Ava Schultz puts it up and gets three.
And that's the type of momentum, the field of play that St. Mary's loves to do. You're going to pull up a shot like that, like Wright had. They're typically going to answer.
And Gaylord puts 2 more back. That time brought to you by Miriam Morrell. Score is now 14-10. A slew of points has ensued over the last 30 seconds of gameplay, and we have the game's clock stopped with 16 to go here in the first quarter.
Yeah, the game went from 0 to 60 in about a second and a half. Fun to watch. Charlevoix scores a 3. Boom, Gaylord comes back.
With
I
5
can do
of
that.
their own.
Yep.
You can do that? You?
Dennis?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, Ava Boss has it for Charlevoix. Under 10 seconds now in the first quarter. She loses it. Ava Schultz gathers it back up. She'll have it for the final 5. Over to McKinley. She'll try for another 3, just short. And with that, ladies and gentlemen, a very fast-paced first quarter of action. The Snowbirds are up over the Raiders 14-10. And before we cut it to commercial break, we want to thank our friends at J&J Construction. Home renovation projects can be tricky, and oftentimes we can get overwhelmed with trying to do it ourselves. And that's where the pros of J&J come in. With years of experience, trust your building needs to J&J Construction. We'll be right back on the other side of this. Stay tuned.
Bartlett's Home Interiors is your hometown home furnishing store, serving Northern Michigan since 1950. Your perfect fit is waiting for you here. Among our large selection of furniture, flooring, Serta mattresses, and Hunter Douglas window treatments, our experienced staff can help with the details that are important to you to transform your space. Come explore our 35,000 square foot showroom today or visit us at bartlettshomeinteriors.com. Bartlett's Home Interiors, where you're always at home. M66 North, Charlevoix.
And here we are back at the Monsignor Kaminsky Gymnasium in Gaylord, St. Mary's. The Raiders playing against the Snowbirds. Right now the Snowbirds are up 14-10 over Charlevoix after a very fast-paced first quarter of action. As Gaylord gets the ball to start the quarter. Bevel has the ball for the Snowbirds, that is. Pardon me.
Snow Devils, you could get thrown out. You could get thrown out of here saying that.
Oh, I know. Trust me. Bevel has it once again. Working around the arc against Rozier. She'll go in for 2. No good, but does draw a foul.
She's been doing a lot early on. Rozier just kind of, Bevel, Macy Bevel, driving in quite a bit and kind of gets one of her first fouls there. But I know Dennis mentioned earlier a few of her shots kind of almost look up like she's throwing up prayers, but really, I don't know. I feel like almost that's kind of her routine. Get in there, and especially with her size, she's a little undersized, kind of throw their arms up there, and sometimes you get some contact.
Typically, those no-look shots don't go in. And I've seen her take a couple of those, which she should have just kicked it back out.
I will give her credit. She's Gaylord's leading scorer at the moment with 4 points. A little bit of a miscommunication there. Raiders do keep possession. Still 14-10.
Miriam Mural in there for the first time tonight, right?
Nope, she's been in a couple times, and she does have 2 points of her own. As Anna Kemp, she'll drive it in, gets the travel call. Back to Gaylord. So far, 2 scores for Charlevoix, Abby Wright and Anna Kemp. Abby Wright has 8 of the Raiders' 10 points. And it's been a much more balanced effort on the St. Mary's side with 5 players so far, 2 points or more. Ava Schultz goes up for a long 3. No good there. Back over to Schultz once again, and now Bevel will have it at the top of the arc working against Kemp.
Well, Wright's not following her out there on defense. She's staying right underneath the basket.
Whoa.
And speaking of basket, number 13, Sydney Grzinski gets her first 3 of the night.
So it's 3 Snowbird players with a 3 now in this first half of this game.
As the players go thundering down the court, a long pass by Wright, not able to be gathered up by Kemp, and Bevel let them know she scores 2 more.
Yeah, Charlotte was going to call a timeout, though. One of the wheels didn't fall off, but it got a little wobbly there on defense, and I don't think you can afford to let Gaylord get too much farther ahead than 9 points to be difficult to get back. They're playing a great defense, and that kind of shook for whatever reason. That last possession, Charlevoix just didn't look real comfortable, or less, coming up with that ball and cost them.
Well, while we have a second here during this timeout, we want to thank our friends at J. Arnold Painting in Cabinetry. J. Arnold Painting was founded in 1994 and has been an industry leader ever since, boasting an experienced staff that has seen and painted almost everything. Home interiors, exteriors, fine trim and finish work. J. Arnold Painting is only 1 phone call away from getting you 1 step closer to completing your dream home. Call them at 231-547-0450 today and tell them that we sent you over here at Next Level Broadcasting. And with that, the Raiders have possession. Abby Wright has the ball, and a muffed pass there broken up by Bevel will result in the Raiders keeping it, but the Raiders have to keep those passes cleaner if they want to make up this 9-point differential.
Yeah, I don't think you want to see Abby Wright bringing the ball up. I don't think that's her forte, and they luckily got that back, but I'd rather see her way down the court and not trying to bring the ball up.
Well, Abby Wright has it once again after Anna Kemp inbound, and Abby Wright gets 2 more, bringing her tally to an even 10 points so far tonight. 13, Sydney Grzinski put up the shot for a 3, did not go in. Bevel has it now, back over to Grzinski. She'll work it in over the pass to number 32, Emma Glasby. Works, she gets the 2 and the foul. She has 4 points so far this evening.
Yeah, she was camped out there under the paint just waiting for that to happen, and got the score and going to go to the line for the old-fashioned 3-point play.
Yeah, Glasby's one of those players, kind of gets quiet points. Not going to jump out on the score sheet, but she gets a couple of those rebounds, put-back shots. So definitely look for her to be another player to step up as far as in the rebounding department and down in the post.
Abby Wright with a low pass to Collins. She wasn't able to gather it up. Travel call. They'll say Gaylord had possession of it, so Charlevoix will get it back. 6 minutes to go here in the first half. Charlevoix down 21-12. Abby Wright handles the inbound right in front of us. Gets it over to Anna Kemp.
Well, she had a nice rebound there. Almost gave it away, but Charlevoix got it back on the turnover.
Eva Boss pass to Abby Wright resulted in a shot there. No good. Anna Kemp was able to gather it back, though, for the Raiders. She loses it in double-team coverage. Bevel comes away with it for Gaylord.
So early on, I mean, you got to give credit to a lot of different St. Mary's players. But Bevel, I would say, and I think all three of us agree, clearly as far as ball handling goes, leading this team, the one you want to be in control, it's Macy Bevel.
No doubt about that, as Ava Schultz handles the inbound, gets it off to Bevel, as she'll get it back over to Schultz. Gaylord doing what they always do, passing it around well. As Bevel, she'll get it back over to McKinley. She works it into the paint, trying to get her first points of the night. No good. Broken up by Eaton for Charlevoix. Abby Wright working against Morrell. Back over to Ava Boss now. She loses control of it, able to gather it back right before the baseline, gets it back over to Abby Wright at the top of the arc. Now to Kemp. She tries it in, gets it
nice
to the paint.
move.
No good on the shot, and Ava Schultz gets the rebound for the Snowbirds.
Now Collins was open in the post for just a split second. You know, Charlevoix got to keep their eyes open sometimes. I know the ball is kind of flying around and stuff. It's tough when you don't have your eyes open or up court, kind of miss an open player. Could have had a wide open shot in the post.
Bevel at the top of the arc. She'll try for a quick three. Just off the mark, gathered back up by McKinley. Bevel will take it in for two more. Doesn't get the points, but does draw another foul.
Yeah, I thought she got bailed out there. She was out of control driving the paint. About ready to give the Gaylord Eye Center missed call of the game right there, maybe.
I tell you what, they're next up on our reads, so that was good timing, Dennis.
There you go.
And with that, Macy Bevel, she's going up. She's got two shots here. Makes her first. She's got 7 points so far on the evening.
Well, I'm really impressed with the Snowbirds. They are a quality package there. They do pretty much everything well. They shoot, they defend, great passes, very well coached.
You know what, I'm actually curious, and I don't know how much of the connection there is, but obviously Reese Kepke, coach for Charlevoix, former Bel Air alumni. I'm curious to how much of his offense and his defensive schemes he takes from Bel Air, which Gaylord St. Mary's would see a lot of playing Bel Air twice a year.
The pass from Anna Kemp to Abby Wright. No good there on the shot. She does draw a foul. We also have Macy McEwen in for the first time tonight.
Oh, nice pass into Wright. Didn't make the basket, but got rewarded. Is going to be rewarded here with two shots from the charity stripe.
Raiders down 23-12. Snowbirds up still 4.5 minutes to go here in the first half.
I think this is a critical last 4 minutes of this first half for Charlevoix. They got to get it below 10.
Macy Bevel has it for the Snowbirds. Back over to Ava Schultz now. The dynamic duo, it seems to be, for this team. Bevel working against Kemp. She finds a lane into the paint and gets two more. She and Wright are the only two players so far with 10 points or more on the evening. As Abby Wright tries to get in, loses it, and draws the foul.
Yeah, Wright seems to every game kind of has become more of a floor leader there, than kind of the go-to for the other four ladies out there at the time when Charlevoix has possession.
So now in the bonus, getting the one-on-one opportunity. Basket's made there. So she's going to get another opportunity. Try and make this a 2-point play here.
Excuse me. Abby Wright is able to get both of those free throw opportunities. She has 12 points now so far this evening. Macy Bevel has it for Gaylord once again. Back over to Jeffers, the young freshman. And now back over to Bevel. She's at the top of the arc working against Kemp once again. The pass over to Glasby. She'll put up two, no good.
A lot of moving parts.
Yeah.
Oof.
Macy McEwen able to get the rebound for Charlevoix. Abby Wright will have it now.
Again, you got to be passing against that press.
Now to Anna Kemp over to McEwen. She bobbles it. Not before Kemp's able to gather it back up and draws the foul.
This is the one thing I see, trying to dribble against that full court pressure is typically fraught with issues. I mean, I think it's the quick pass. You got to get that ball up the court. Don't put the ball on the floor with that kind of pressure.
But also fake a pass to make a pass. That's one of the oldest things in basketball. And when you're going to have a double team, quickly fake it one area, and I'm sure you're going to get another wide open look. And also with presses, you got to look down court. Can't go into those corners as well.
Abby Wright gets her first free throw, brings the Raiders back within 10. The second one is short. That's one thing that is helping the Raiders stay in this a little bit more, as they've been fairly accurate on their free throws. There's only been 3 misses so far. Bringing Charlevoix more or less back into this. We've got a jump ball situation down on the floor. Gaylord St. Mary ball.
I like Carly Eaton's pressure there. Almost. Well, Charlevoix's got the ball back.
Oh, I guess, yep, Charlevoix did get it.
Yeah, they called it a jump ball, so now possession.
Possession arrow to Charlevoix. All set up by Eaton.
So Abby Wright, she tries to drive it in. The ball stolen by Glasby. Now Bebel will have it working uncontested in. Does not get the 2 points, but does draw a foul.
She loves that paint, doesn't she?
Oh, my goodness.
She gets that ball, it's almost like, cruise missile. She just goes to the basket no matter where she's at.
You know who would love to have Bebel? J. Arnold Painting and Cabinetry. She loves the paint. I tell you what, she would work well with them.
That tie-in.
Oh, man.
That might be a gold star.
Thank you.
Charles might have a little extra for you in this.
Is that a raise, a bonus?
A little bonus.
Tie-in bonus.
Well, maybe it'll be gas money. How about that?
Gas money? Yeah, at least gas money.
Yeah. Well, Macy Bebel, she was able to put up 1 of 2 there. Brings it back to an 11-point lead, 26-15. And she now has 11 points on the evening.
Need some help.
Got a wide open Eaton down in the post. I know it's a far pass, but.
Why not? Anna Kemp will try for 3, just short. Bebel with the rebound. I apologize. That was Jeffers with the rebound. And 32, Glasby gets her 6th point of the evening.
Yeah, Charlevoix was making a run on it there for a couple seconds, but falling behind again by 13.
Anna Kemp has it for Charlevoix now. Back over to Wright. Now to Rozier, one of our typical 3-point shooters, not able to find an opportunity there. Raiders with just about 2 minutes left to go here to make something of this 13-point deficit in the first half. Carly Eaton gets mauled there by a couple of snowbirds.
Little aggressive there by Macy Bebel. I saw her eyes looking at that ball. She wanted it, but you got to.
That was like a 90-day misdemeanor foul.
And ladies and
She
gentlemen,
was mugged.
For you listening from Gaylord, we've got former Charlevoix Police Chief Dennis Halverson, so he knows what 90-day misdemeanors look like.
Yeah, that was definitely in the same direction as one of those. Yep.
As Carly Eaton, she'll go up. No good there. Gaylord ball.
Notice the tempo slowed down.
Yeah.
Yeah, and it's really tough to keep that tempo for all 4 quarters. I mean, I know I mentioned St. Mary's likes to play that way for all 4 quarters, but to keep it up, it's another thing.
Went more to a half-court offense, especially for Charlevoix.
Emma McKinley has it now for Gaylord. Back over to Sydney Grzinski. Pass broken up by Abby Wright. She goes back across half court with it. She'll try coast to coast.
Oh,
Gets
nice.
2 on the board.
She's feeling it.
She kind of got that little gift basket, able to bring it all the way back.
And speaking of gift basket, we want to put in our plug to Culver's Butterburger Basket. Player of the Game Award will be given out to both Gaylord St. Mary and Charlevoix Raider player of our choosing. That's the best performer tonight. So stay tuned for that at the end of the game.
We're not pulling names out of a hat. We're taking the best player on the court, best 2 players,
That's
both
right.
teams.
Yep.
Well, St. Mary's had a turnover there, which gave the ball back to Charlevoix for a second. Gaylord took it away and then threw it away, so Charlevoix's got the ball back.
So Beyonce Collins handled the inbound. Pass up court now to Abby Wright. She'll try and get a couple more on the board. No good there. Eaton was able to gather it back up. No good on her second shot either. Gaylord St. Mary's comes away with it. 1:10 to go here in the first half.
Abby Wright looks tired.
Understandably so. She has 14 of the Raiders' 17 points, and she's been all over on that floor tonight.
Wow, heads up defensive play there.
Yeah, Anna Kemp able to come up with a brilliant steal. pass up to Collins. Now Raiders down 28-17, and Collins able to draw the foul.
That's a situation Charlevoix wants to try and get Gaylord in if it's going to be a fast pace, and a lot of times Charlevoix is, odd numbers against this transition defense. You got to try and get in quickly in transition and get some good looks there. Also able to pick up a foul, so they've gone to the line quite a bit, it seems like, this quarter.
No doubt about it.
Well, Collins' pretty good free throw shooter, although I just jinxed her on that one.
Good old announcer's curse.
Under a minute now left. I'm curious which team can get up a couple quick shots, but also if you're Charlevoix, you really want to prevent Gaylord from getting a couple more shots to get an extended lead. They're starting to slowly chip away. You don't want that to be all for nothing before halftime.
Charlevoix's full court defense there paid off with a St. Mary's turnover, so Charlevoix's got the ball back here with 46.2 seconds and 11-point deficit.
That's one thing I've noticed. As solid of a team as Gaylord is, just one moment. Evelyn Rozier tried to put up three, no good, bounced around and out. As solid of a team as Gaylord St. Mary's is, one thing that they haven't been able to do well is pass the ball at either end of the court. They've had a lot of turnovers recently.
Effective passing, the ball's been over a lot of loose balls, absolutely.
Yeah. So that's one thing that they'll look to clean up in
They certainly have tried. They've tried a lot, but it's get some of those passes under contained from either team, and I bet you're going to see a difference.
And the shot there by Gaylord St. Mary's brings up 9.4 seconds to go here in the first half. Charlevoix trying to bring it back within 10. As Anna Kemp flies up the court with it. She'll try for two. No good, but does draw the foul.
Yeah, I don't know what the foul situation is here right now, but it seems like Gaylord's had quite a few called on him just in the last couple minutes.
Yeah, already in the bonus, maybe double bonus at this point, but 4 seconds on the clock.
Charlevoix really pushing the play here, pushing the tempo. Just need to start hitting some buckets.
Free throws will help Charlevoix's case. Anna Kemp gets another one up on the board for her. 4 points this evening. Abby Wright, the other scorer for Charlevoix with 14. Gaylord, a much more balanced effort. 6 players so far on the score tally.
Yeah, quiet as a church in here when she was at the line.
I know. I have my earphones on, the whole headset, and I can still sometimes hear my echo bounce across from the other side during some of these. That's a little unnerving sometimes. But Charlevoix does have the ball. 1.2 seconds to go here in the first half. Down 10, 28-18. The pass to Anna Kemp. She'll put up two before the buzzer. No good. So, ladies and gentlemen, before we go to our halftime break, we want to thank our friends at Gaylord Eye Center. Vision Source and Gaylord Eye Center wants to keep you at the top of your game, just as we've seen here between these two teams. Trust your eyesight to the friendly and experienced staff at Gaylord Eye Center, with 4 locations in Bel Air, Boyne City, Sheboygan, and right here in Gaylord. Thank you so much, Gaylord Eye Center, for supporting us. We'll cut to a quick commercial break and come right back with your halftime show. Stay tuned.
Vision Source and Gaylord Eye Care are proud to be offering their services to local communities across northern Michigan. With locations in Gaylord, Boyne City, Bel Air, and Sheboygan, they're committed to serving you and providing a trusted source of credentials and expertise. If you're struggling with anything vision related, then don't hesitate to schedule a consultation and meet their friendly and experienced staff for yourself.
I'm Ryan Beningo, but you might know me for my business, Professional Seamless Gutters, where we specialize in, you guessed it, everything gutters. New installation, replacements, cleaning, leaf guards, rain chains, and much more. But unlike many service providers, when you call Professional Seamless Gutters, you get me, Orion, not some bum intern or call center recording. So when you're contemplating any services regarding the gutters on your home or pole barn, think Professional Seamless Gutters.
1994, J. Arnold Painting has been a Northern Michigan industry leader, but now they're offering you the same great service, but with custom-made, handcrafted cabinetry. You order it, and they build it. Everything is constructed and assembled right in Charlevoix and then delivered straight to your home. J. Arnold Custom Cabinetry takes pride in their elite-level craftsmanship and high emphasis on customer service. Contact them for more info. That's J. Arnold Custom Cabinetry at 231-547-0540.
Charlevoix State Bank was founded in 1994 to provide exceptional local service to our northern Michigan community. With 6 locations in Charlevoix, East Jordan, Boyne City, Ellsworth, and Beaver Island, we're here to make banking easy, right here in your neck of the woods with people you know. Charlevoix State Bank believes in the positive lessons of high school athletics and is a proud sponsor of tonight's game.
Business owner, you learn to wear a lot of hats. The custodian hat, the IT hat, and well, you should have called a professional hat. Auto Owners takes care of your business insurance, so you can take care of everything else. That's simple human sense.
Ask Bingham Insurance Services in Charlevoix if auto owners make sense for you.
Are you interested in building a new home or renovating an existing one? With over 100 years of combined experience, J&J Construction is one of the most reliable and respected general contractors in our service area. J&J is a trusted construction partner valued by architects, subcontractors, financiers, and most of all, their clients. J&J Construction has been completing quality homes and improvement projects that add value to the communities they serve. They bring a passion for innovation and a commitment to quality to every job they do. Call them today.
I'm Ryan Beningo, but you might know me for my business, Professional Seamless Gutters, where we specialize in, you guessed it, everything gutters. New installation, replacements, cleaning, leaf guards, rain chains, and much more. But unlike many service providers, when you call Professional Seamless Gutters, you get me, Orion, not some bum intern or call center recording. So when you're contemplating any services regarding the gutters on your home or pole barn, think Professional Seamless Gutters.
And here we are, ladies and gentlemen, for our Bingham Insurance halftime show. We're here live at the Monsignor Kaminsky Gymnasium at the home of the Gaylord St. Mary's Snowbirds. And gentlemen, Dennis and Brennan, I can't tell you how fast of a game this has been. I mean, this has been just as fast as any boys game I've ever seen, and the amount of talent we've seen displayed here so far. Sure, Charlevoix only has 18 points, 14 of which are from Abby Wright, but the passing around, all the different defensive efforts from both sides, and of course the scoring effort. We've got 6 different players on the tally so far from the Snowbirds. So Brennan, you obviously knowing a little bit more about the Snowbirds than we do, I'd like to get your take so far on what you've seen this first half.
Well, I'm really impressed. I almost feel bad at the beginning. I almost questioned the validity of some of their wins early on just because they had been some conference games. 3-2, though, and this team is almost cruising. I'm not going to say cruising yet to a close possible 4-2 record. That's how they feel, at least. I expected them to start slow. I expected things to not be, a lot of shots not be on pace, and their pace might be questionable at first. None of that could be further from the truth. Their pace has been impressive. They're taking good shots for the most part and moving the ball around a lot. Some of their passing has been off. There's still a few things that have been a little sloppy, but for both teams. But overall, St. Mary's are doing a beautiful job sharing the ball, getting a lot of people scoring. Macy Bevel with 11 points. Emma Glasby came off the bench. She's got 6 points now. And then you got a couple players, Morel, Schultz, all putting up a 3 at least in this game. And early on, we kind of said the tempo was clearly set by St. Mary's. Tempo has slowed down a little bit, but still they're keeping it up. Charlevoix struggled with that full court press. Charlevoix struggled with how much St. Mary's likes to drive it in. Even with some of the kind of random shots we're seeing from some of the St. Mary's players, they're still forcing Charlevoix to bring their defense in. And once you're going to start bringing your defense in, and you got a team like St. Mary's who is comfortable enough to shoot it, it's really tough. I mean, what are you going to stop? The post or outside in the perimeter? So early on, St. Mary's really just doing almost everything the right way, and they're on pace to put up some good numbers.
Now, Dennis, for Charlevoix, what are you kind of seeing on that side of the ball? Obviously, we're down 10, but still have had some great efforts put up by multiple players so far.
Yeah, I think I'd like to see the offense a little more balanced. You said Abby Wright has 14 of the 18 total Charlevoix score here at the half. I'd like to see somebody else get involved from an offensive standpoint. Otherwise, you're just going to see them start to double team Abby down low to make it more difficult for her to get something off. But I think defensively, I think tonight I think they played a great game. Everybody's participated in the defensive end here against a tough Charlevoix offense. I'm really impressed with Anna Kemp just throwing herself around out there. Carly Eaton's gotten involved. So I'm not so, concerned at this point about the defense, but I think you've got to get somebody else help Abby Wright with the offensive. So that's my take on it, and I'm sticking to it. Plus, I wish they turned the heat on here. It's a little cool for me.
Is it?
Yeah.
So, well, at the beginning of the game, you were overheating. I think they listened to you. Now they turned the AC on.
Yeah.
I feel it too. But
yeah, and then the game cooled down, and I cooled down. The gym cooled down. So, it started out really fast-paced, back and forth, and then it kind of settled into a half-court game on both sides of the equation here. But I'm looking for my coat and my hat here.
Well, you know what? I want to make a comment about this. It did slow down for a while, but you know what? Charlevoix did bring up the pace a little bit in the last about minute and a half, 2 minutes of play. We were down, about 13, 14 points at one point, and Charlevoix's been slowly chipping away at that deficit. 18 now points to Gaylord's 28. We went on about an 8-4 scoring run the last minute and a half or so. So maybe Charlevoix has a little bit of a momentum change. We'll see how they do on the other half of the break. I know one thing that both teams have to take care of is handling the ball. There's been a lot of turnovers, passing, and travel calls as well.
Well, Charlevoix with a 10-point deficit is right on the edge of, statistically being able to come back from that. They're right on the edge of being able to make up that deficit in the second half. So there is not much room for error here, offensively and defensively, for the Lady Raiders to come out of Gaylord with a win here tonight. So I'd like to see him pass the ball a little quicker. I'd like to see him not try to dribble against the press. Defensively, I think, I'm pretty satisfied with what I've been seeing defensively, but they've got the open girl down court, and they're not picking her up. Trying to dribble against that when I think they could be passing up a lot quicker and giving themselves a higher percentage shot. But I think the first part of this third quarter, I think, is going to be extremely important for Charlevoix in coming out of here with a W. They can't let Gaylord in the second half get this much, they lead much more than 10, or they'll never come back.
Well, before we come back here and begin the second half action, we want to thank our friends at Golf Gaylord. Gaylord in the 989 is considered by most to be the golf mecca of Michigan. And whether you're looking for a new set of clubs or in need of fixing your slice, I know all about that. Golf Gaylord is your destination, where you can browse a wide variety of items and get lessons from their experienced staff. That is Golf Gaylord, ladies and gentlemen. And we want to thank you for listening in to our Bingham Insurance halftime show, and I want to bring in Dennis Halverson for Berkshire Hathaway, give him a quick plug as well. In the Charlevoix area, if you have any needs on the real estate side of things, give Dennis Halverson a call. He'll be happy to help you. It's a great time of year to go ahead and buy something or rent, whichever you need. So give Dennis Halverson here a call at Berkshire Hathaway in Charlevoix. And with that, St. Mary's starts it right off with Macy Bebel. She'll go up against Anna Kemp at the top of the arc. Now passed over to Miriam Morrell. Back over to Schultz. She'll try for a three. Gets it in.
And, they want to start this quarter very quick with the look to Schultz.
So that gives her 6 points on the evening so far. Almost 2 more points put up by St. Mary's.
This is exactly how you didn't want to have the second half start if you were Charlevoix.
Yeah.
I'm not sure what the halftime talk was in the locker room for Gaylord, but they came out ready for bear.
Ava Schultz is kind of one of those St. Mary's players that likes to make those statement shots. When they're looking for some kind of momentum change or some kind of quick look, something, Schultz is typically the player to go for the statement shots.
Bebel no good on the layup there, but off the hands of Eaton it goes, so St. Mary's will retain possession here, up 31-18 over Charlevoix. Only about 40 seconds gone so far here in the third quarter. And with that, Bebel gets a rare travel call. Leaves Charlevoix with the possession, and Bayani Collins handling the inbound.
And full court pressure by Gaylord. You got to break it with a pass. Hard to break it with dribbling up court.
Bayani Collins again at the baseline, gets it off this time to Abby Wright.
Double team and ball.
Collins has got to make sure she stays back to help out too.
There you go.
Well, the pass from Kemp went right through the fingertips of Collins.
That was the right idea, though. That was the right idea. Hitting the cutter there, going up the court. Just went through her hands.
I'm curious to this second half how Charlevoix's vision through the court will be. The first half, it seemed like they struggled to look up and see some of those cutters and see some of those open passes. So we'll see if they've adjusted at all.
Bebel once again, she'll drive it, this time over to Glasby, and she gets 2 more.
That's a bad combination for Charlevoix.
For those of you watching at home from Charlevoix, Glasby is the equivalent of Jason Mueller. For you Moose fans out there, he was deadly under that basket, and so was Glasby. Abby Wright not able to connect with that 3 there, and Bebel comes away with it for St. Mary's.
Well, if they pressure Bevel with the ball, she just, and then like that last one, she hits Gatsby with it, who's standing there waiting for the pass. She's kind of the relief valve for Gaylord, and she made it hurt. Gaylord starting out quick here in the third quarter.
Starting out quick, the pass over to Glasby. She didn't like that opportunity. Now back over to Schultz. She puts up for 3, no good. Muriel able to get it back. Not before Bayani Collins takes it back one more time, and now Evelyn Rozier is left asking for help, trying to get across the half-court line. Now over to Collins. She'll try for 3, gets it in. Well
Good
needed.
look. Good response there from Collins.
If we have a three-point specialist, Collins probably the closest fits that definition for the Raiders. She's got the shot out there. She can hit that.
Ava Schultz off to Morel. Now to Bebel once again at the top of the arc. She's looking for that opportunity. Gets it off to Schultz. Broken up by Charlevoix. Well, the jump ball situation, Charlevoix possession.
That was a good inside pass. Just that got fumbled away there by Schultz. A lot of pressure on the ball. Got to hurry up.
Bayani Collins with a tipped pass over to right. She's able to gather it back up. Raiders down 33-21.
That's how you do it.
Great pass over to Kemp. She'll try for 2. Bounces around and out.
I don't like the hesitation, though.
Yeah.
I know, I mean, she's kind of going in there with some speed. You had the defense right in front of you, but try and go around. I think the hesitation threw her off there.
Yeah, kind of pulled up a little bit. You got everything on your side if you got the ball and you're making the drive. I think you just keep taking it to the hoop, try to pick up the foul.
So Ava Schultz, Bebel now with the ball for the Bluebirds. Snowbirds, there it is.
Bluebird, Snowbird. Close enough.
Bebel working against Kemp.
I like the way Charlevoix's breaking that press. We didn't see that the first half.
Well, it works so far. Another missed shot by the Snowbirds. Wright has it once again for Charlevoix. Nearly loses it. Over to Rozier. Now she'll try for 3. Gets it in.
Yeah, got her down to 9, folks.
Wow, Bebel just quickly down the court. Within 3 seconds, she was on the other side.
But again, that she keeps driving.
Right.
If she's uncontested, she takes a shot. If she's having trouble there, she pitches it over there to number 32.
Yeah, it's Glasby.
Glasby's standing there waiting for it. Nice
steal. Nice heads up.
Anna Kemp, she'll go coast to coast with it.
Oh,
no good on
ouch.
Oh, you cannot miss those. Ooh, okay, Ava Schultz gets it back for the Snowbirds. Pass over to Bebel. No good, just short. She gets her own rebound.
You got to box her out.
Back over to Jeffers. And now Bebel has it one more time. No good. Charlevoix trying to get a handle on that ball.
Almost 4 shot opportunities, 3 shot opportunities there for St. Mary's. Got to do a little bit better boxing out there.
And they'll get another opportunity as the possession arrow favors the Snowbirds. Jeffers over to Glasby. She nearly loses it. Eaton wasn't able to get there in time. And Charlevoix does get the possession arrow back in their favor.
So Glasby's going out for St. Mary's. They're going to try and probably play some small ball. Got a couple, pretty much all guards now in the game.
Well, Glasby having a little trouble containing the ball there. 2 quick turnovers by her, and the coach said, you're going to take a seat for a minute.
Wright got tired of sitting there, so what does she do? She pounds the ball off the foot of Jeffers, and Collins has it now for Charlevoix. A high pass up to Wright. She's able to reel it in.
See, there you go. Just keep driving the ball, pick up the foul. She had the size going for her. Wright saw the size. She had the momentum.
I think that was Rozier, though, that was out at the wing. How nice would it have been to get a quick look out at their at 3 to see if she's got the meter running or not.
Yeah, you keep feeding the shooter.
And Wright, she'll draw another foul. Nearly gets the 2 points, but irregardless, gets that foul call on her.
I think they're going to call it before the shot, too.
Oh, yeah, you're right.
Yeah, back in the day, you see somebody sink 2 threes in a row. They've got the ball the third time, too. Most of those shooters are groove shooters. Microwave.
Ava Boss with a
Wow.
high pass to Wright. Bebel able to come away with it. And she makes the Raiders pay for it.
Back to 11 points.
Yep, Raiders briefly came under 10-point deficit. Now back to 11.
Oh, no, ref. There you go.
I mean, that play just we saw on the right side of the court, Macy Bebel out jumping Wright.
Yeah,
I mean, that's impressive.
I think she's tired.
That's a heads-up play.
Coach calls timeout, man. Can't let it get away from them. But at this point, they had down 9, back up to 11 with 3:42 here to go in the third quarter.
All righty, well, we're going to take a quick commercial break along with these guys and come right back on the other side of this.
These days, pretty much every business has some sort of discount or rewards program. The only problem is with all these different places doing it different ways, it can feel like a juggling act trying to remember which thing to bring where. Luckily, there's a service that will take all that hassle away for you so you can just give up the juggling act altogether. For the Local offers you exclusive access to discounts at all your favorite local locations for just $5.99 a month. And the best part about it is, the only thing you got to remember is the one thing you'll never forget, your cell phone. So go on forthelocal.com today, sign up, and let us take care of the juggling for you.
And here we are, ladies and gentlemen, right back after that quick timeout. Charlevoix has the ball.
Oh, man.
Speak too soon. Abby Wright isn't able to hang on to it. So we want to thank our friends quickly at Just Wooden Steel. Michiganders, we like to have our outdoor toys, meaning 4x4s, ATVs, side-by-sides, campers, trailers, and much more. Often we don't consider how to store our vehicles, but Just Wooden Steel makes it easy. With pole barns, metal frames, and sheds built to your specifications, when choosing a company to build your pole barn or enclosure, go with what's real. Go with just wood and steel.
I like that Izzo ball right in the middle of the court there. Getting down, getting dirty right on the block M.
So Charlevoix
gets rewarded.
Yep. Beatty Collins right in front of us has the inbound for the Raiders.
I'm going to tip the ball out of her hand. Goes right here.
Gets it off to Anna Kemp. She'll drive the ball, this time over to Ava Boss. Now back to Collins. She'll try for a 3.
Ooh, that was close.
Rims around and out, grabbed up by Schultz. Raiders still down 35-24, 3:16, now 15 to go here in the third quarter. Schultz pulls up for a quick jumper, falls in.
It was a nice short corner look there by Schultz.
That was her best shot of the night, that pull-up jumper.
She's got, I would say, one of the better shooting arcs from all the high school shooters I've seen. She's really got a nice form.
Little double team there on Rozier. Collins able to get the mercy pass.
Ooh, that one.
I don't think the Gaylord faithful liked the call there.
No, St. Mary's was not too happy about that at all.
It looked like a pretty heads-up defensive play. Kind of tried to. And we'll see. She's out of this. I don't know how many fouls she has.
Yeah, unfortunately, we don't have a tally in front of us letting us know who has how many fouls.
She might be out.
That's what I'm curious. She had a quick discussion with the ref. He didn't tee her up or anything, but she might actually be out of this ball game. I'm not too sure.
So
that's huge for Gaylord, losing her.
Ava Boss trying to work under the baseline, get something going here. Gets it off to Anna Kemp. Pass flicked away by St. Mary's, and the Raiders will still retain possession here. 2.5 to go in the third quarter. Raiders back to a 13-point deficit now, 37-24.
And yeah, if Schultz isn't in, doesn't have all of her fouls yet, she's surely in foul trouble because she's been one of the more physical defenders in this contest for St. Mary's.
Rozier tried for a 3, no good. Abby Wright gets the rebound. The ball is loose, and Gaylord St. Mary's gathers it back up. Number 2 now, Miriam Morrell with the inbound.
Oh, nice
Stolen
steal
by Kemp. She puts up 2, no good. Collins gets it back, though, loses it, no foul call. And Jeffers for the Snowbirds gets it back. Shot put up by Grzinski, making the Raiders pay for a missed opportunity there. She's got 6 points now on the evening.
That was a dagger. 16 points now.
Rozier with the ball in the corner, trying to get it off to Collins. Indeed, she does. Collins in the paint now. She puts up two.
Nice move. Double move there to get a good look inside. That's kind of what you want by Collins.
Grzinski once again has the ball, gets it over to Bevel. She puts up two more, gets
what
it
a
in.
floater.
Wow.
Yeah, Bevel. She's a tough little player.
She now has 15 points this evening. Raiders retain possession of the ball. And Gaylord St. Mary's takes a timeout. So we're going to take a quick opportunity to thank our friends at Bingham Insurance. Running a small business can be risky, but one thing you can't leave to chance is your insurance coverage. Bingham Insurance wants to help keep you covered from the unexpected from happening. That's Bingham Insurance Company, representing Auto Owners Insurance of Charlevoix. Thank you very much, Bingham, for supporting us. And we've got one more sponsor we want to thank before this timeout comes to an end. That's Charlevoix State Bank. During a time of mergers, acquisitions, and name changes, the founders of Charlevoix State Bank saw a need for a truly local bank focused on our community and strong customer relationships. Those values continue to drive us today as we support high school athletics through our support of tonight's game. Thank you very much, Charlevoix State Bank, for supporting us as always. And we're just about ready to come out the other side of this timeout. Still a minute and a half to go here in the third quarter. Raiders down by 16, 42-26 is the score currently.
So what's the Raider basketball, what's going on here in the next week with Raider basketball, boys and girls? You got that schedule right there in front of you?
Yeah, I can here in just a moment. So the boys, they've got one game tomorrow against Glen Lake. That's away, and then they don't have another game until the 10th. So next Tuesday, they'll have a game. That'll be against Harbor Springs. And the girls for Charlevoix, they've got
Harbor Springs as well coming up.
Yep, they've got Elk Rapids coming up this Friday, and then Harbor Springs next Tuesday. All three of those games that I just talked about are away games. Oh, I apologize. The Harbor Springs game on the 10th is home against Harbor.
The ball went out over there. They didn't touch it.
And a little confusion on where exactly possession lies, where the inbounds play will be.
Ball comes back down. Nobody touched it before it went out of bounds on the far side there.
So the Snowbirds still has possession with Jeffers handling the inbound, gets it off to Bevel. And she'll drive it in under the basket, back over now to Jeffers. Now Grzinski has it. And no good there on the shot from Glasby. The Raiders able to come away with it, not before the ball comes loose once again. Bevel has it. No good on the shot, no foul, and no basket made either by Glasby on 3 different attempts. Abby Wright finally wrestles it away for Charlevoix.
It's about time someone finally controlled it.
Wow.
I'm tired just watching that.
Abby Wright tries to put up no foul there either. We've got a jump ball situation. Snowbird ball.
Man, both teams here putting their heart and souls into this basketball game. Rolling around on the floor, like I said, they're playing Izzo ball right now.
The pass to Bevel, back over to Jeffers now, the young freshman.
Going to slow it down a little bit. They're trying to keep warm too.
St. Mary's taking a moment. Bevel pass back over to Jeffers. Bevel has it over to Grzinski now. Gaylord trying to get something up on the board. Just taking their time.
No hurry.
No hurry whatsoever. Bevel pass over to Glasby, and she finally puts up 2.
She's got an X on the floor right there.
Yeah.
I'm surprised that they haven't got her for 3 seconds more than once here tonight. She just kind of seems to camp out right in that very same spot.
Anna Kemp answers back, though, with 2 more of her own.
Ooh, that was an ugly shot.
A little quicker than I think she probably had a couple more seconds than she realized.
I thought she was trying to bank it off the back wall of the gym.
I don't know if this is enough time to get a shot up. Yep, that'll do it for 3 quarters.
So after 3 quarters, the Snowbirds are up over the Raiders 44-28. We've got a quick commercial break, and we'll come right back after this.
Dude, check out this birthday cake I just got.
Oh, dude, that's awesome. Did you get that one at the local bakeries?
No, I got it at the grocery store.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Can I see that for a second?
Yeah.
Seriously, dude? All these for the local bakeries, and you had to go to the supermarket? Like, it's not even my birthday.
It was for my mom.
Oh. Still.
Vision Source and Gaylord Eye Care are proud to be offering their services to local communities across northern Michigan. With locations in Gaylord, Boyne City, Bel Air, and Sheboygan, they're committed to serving you and providing a trusted source of credentials and expertise. If you're struggling with anything vision related, then don't hesitate to schedule a consultation and meet their friendly and experienced staff for yourself.
And here we are, ladies and gentlemen. Before we begin our 4th quarter of action, we want to thank our friends at J&J Construction. Home renovation projects can be tricky, and oftentimes we can get overwhelmed with trying to do it ourselves. And that's where the pros of J&J come in. With years of experience, trust your building needs to J&J Construction. And here we are. Charlevoix will have possession of the ball to begin the 4th and final quarter, down 44-28. As Bayani Collins handles the inbound for the Raiders, gets it off to Anna Kemp. Anna Kemp just trying to get it over to Collins once again. She's at the top of the arc now, working against Glaspie. The pass over to Rozier, broken up by McKinley. She'll take it, try and put it up for 2. No shot, but she does draw the foul.
McKinley kind of still a senior, still one of the leaders on this team. She's been on this varsity team for a couple years now, and a little bit one of their quieter players, but definitely a solid role player. And she's someone, as the game goes on, she gets more comfortable and makes some more moves. So she's definitely started getting involved this second half.
Oh, the ref said that ball goes back over to Charlevoix. A little dissension on that decision from the crowd over there.
Yeah, we can get a pretty animated crowd here in Gaylord St. Mary's, I've noticed.
Well, and it is a little tighter gym, so you get that noise echoing off a little
No
quicker.
doubt about it, yeah. Anna Kemp now has the ball for Charlevoix. She'll try and put up
nice
for 2.
pull
Gets
up.
it in.
Wow.
That was a pretty shot.
Now, Kemp's had some misses at times throughout this game. She's kind of shaking her head at times, but really came together there.
We've got a foul call on Charlevoix. Number
15,
Yep.
13, 15?
15, Anna Kemp. Raiders back to 14-point deficit now, 44-30. Just about 40 seconds has gone by so far in the 4th quarter.
Boy, Charlevoix's got their work cut out for them. 14 points here behind in the 4th quarter.
Anna Kemp, though, she's giving it everything she can. Gets the steal, no good on
Whoa.
the bucket.
Ouch.
Should have had a foul as she goes crashing into the other end of the
Travel.
wall. And Charlevoix does get the ball after all that. Bayani Collins right in front of us handles the inbound.
Yeah,
Man.
pretty physical play there at the rim, too. So, I can imagine the frustration.
Yeah,
But
got a little chippy.
yeah, I will say, though, I have seen a lot of that for both sides. It seems like things have gotten chippy in the post, and the refs, there's a lot of it, so they seem like they're kind of letting it go.
Carly Eaton drove in, didn't like the opportunity, gets it back over to Abby Wright. She gets knocked in the face, but she'll try it for 2 anyway. No good. Anna Kemp swerves in for the rebound. Abby Wright this time will put up for 3. Bounces around and out. Oh, my goodness. Raiders cannot buy a basket, and we've got another foul this time on Kemp.
Yeah, Charlevoix playing a little bit out of control there. That was not a great foul by Kemp. She looks tired. The team kind of looks tired. This is where kind of you look at your bench and
this is where the medal comes in for Charlevoix right here to prove whether or not they're tough enough to go toe-to-toe against any team in the area. And Gaylord St. Mary is giving them all they can handle at the moment as Collins comes roaring in against Bebel, and Bebel will get that foul call drawn.
I don't think Coach Kopecky is that enamored with the defense here for Charlevoix. They're playing a little bit out of control defensively.
another foul. Oh, a travel call, my bad.
Whoa.
I saw the reach in there.
Yeah.
I thought there was a foul, but nope, Charlevoix gets away with it there. And instead, St. Mary's has a travel call on him. We've got a timeout for Gaylord, so that'll give us a quick opportunity to thank our friends at J. Arnold Painting and Cabinetry once again. J. Arnold Painting was founded in 1994 and has been an industry leader ever since, boasting an experienced staff that has seen and has painted almost everything: home interiors, exteriors, fine trim, and finish work. J. Arnold Painting is only one phone call away from getting you one step closer to completing your dream home. Call them at 231-547-0450 today and tell them we at Next Level Broadcasting sent you. And we're going to cut it quick to a commercial break. We'll come right back on the other side of this timeout with more fourth quarter action.
Charlevoix State Bank was founded in 1994 to provide exceptional local service to our northern Michigan community. With 6 locations in Charlevoix, East Jordan, Boyne City, Ellsworth, and Beaver Island, we're here to make banking easy right here in your neck of the woods with people you know. Charlevoix State Bank believes in the positive lessons of high school athletics and is a proud sponsor of tonight's game.
Reese, yeah, Kepke, another Bel Air.
And here we are just about ready to get underway here after a quick Raider timeout, St. Mary timeout. We have 6.5 minutes to go here in the fourth quarter. Snowbirds are up over the Raiders 44-30, and the Snowbirds will have possession here. Quick prayer sent off by Ava Schultz.
So she is back in. She must be playing with 4.
Hence the reason for the foul, maybe, or the prayer, maybe.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
I don't think you're supposed to ask for stuff like that.
No.
Looks like the foul's drawn on Eaton there. No, maybe we'll see here.
So Charlevoix racking up 3 fouls in the last about 40 seconds worth of gameplay. Not exactly what the Raiders want to see as they're down by 14, trying to keep the Snowbirds away from the charity stripe, as Dennis likes to call it, as Bebel gets up another point.
Yeah, 15-point Gaylord lead there with a little over 6 minutes to go in the ball game.
Bebel does miss her second.
No lane violation. Is that by Collins? Or maybe it was...
It looked to be by Collins, yeah.
One thing you notice, too, is Charlevoix has not substituted much tonight. And that's tough, this pace of game, playing a whole game. I think you can see a little bit of, you see some of those flailing kind of out of control fouls. I think some of that's just fatigue.
Looks like they've got 4 players available or dressed on the bench, but only 2 substitutions have came in all game.
Macy Bebel is now the leader for scoring on the court. She has 17 so far this evening, and Wright for Charlevoix has 14. She's been rather quiet this entire second half, as Collins gets the inbound to Rozier. Now up court to Kemp. She can't hang on to it. She does. Number 13, Gruzinski does go out of bounds right here in front of us. So Collins will handle the inbound for the Raiders.
We'll give Kemp a striped shirt because she brought that to the ref's attention, and he took her up on that suggestion, called the out of bounds call.
Gruzinski comes up with another steal, not able to connect with the basket. Raiders escape out of that one. Eaton comes away with it. Pass over to Wright, now to Kemp in the corner of the arc. She'll go for 3.
Man.
No good.
Had a good 2-on-1 opportunity there, just couldn't take advantage.
The ball off of Kemp hands. Schultz will retain possession here for the Snowbirds. Just under 6 minutes to go here in the game.
There's still plenty of time to score 16 points, so you got to be careful if you're Charlevoix to try and throw up too many quick shots just to get, a shot off. You still do have time to run an offensive play and get the best look possible. Take your time. We've already seen Gaylord St. Mary's. They've kind of been sloppy with some of their pacing. It's been fast, just they've lost control of the ball a lot. If you're Charlevoix, you got to be the team at this point. Calm things down and keep solid possession.
Charlevoix, a shot there by Carly Eaton. The ball bounces in and out twice. I don't know if I've ever seen that before, but the score remains the same, 46-30. Rozier from her favorite spot, the three-point line, gets 3.
3 threes for her tonight.
That was a sigh of relief from her.
13 points. Gaylord lead, 5 minutes to go.
Charlotte looking to make another turnover here. Not with Schultz, though. She tries for 3, is not able to connect. Gaylord St. Mary's able to come away with the rebound.
Wow.
No shot there by
Tough.
Glasby.
You get a look like that, that is a tough one to miss.
That was her shot, too, from her spot.
And Glasby gets a foul called on her, so Bayani Collins will once again handle the inbound for the Raiders. Gets it off to Kemp right away. She'll drive it. Stops, though, just in time. Gets it back over to Collins. Raiders just trying to take a moment, just as Brandon suggested here a minute ago, look for those smart shooting opportunities. Rozier wanted to take that three, but just couldn't quite get it in her with someone right in front of her there. Abby Wright has it. She'll try for a long two.
Oh, nice
floater.
Nice little floater, yeah.
Her first points of the second half. She now has 16 on the evening. Raiders right back in it now. 11 points down, 46-35, 4:20 to go here in the game.
Man, Charlevoix played the last couple minutes of great basketball.
Brzezinski loses control of it after flailing through two Raider defenders. Abby Wright comes away with it now. Pass up court to Bayani Collins. She crosses the half-court line. Now over to Kemp.
Another three-pointer. Feel really good right about now.
Collins tries for it.
Oh, in and out.
Oh, my goodness.
She was robbed.
Gaylord passes the ball up to Morrell.
There's a whistle.
And St. Mary's takes another timeout.
Yeah, Gaylord feeling a little nervous. I thought they had this game
right.
well in hand.
And I think Charlotte has just done a really good job at some control in this final quarter. They've clearly looked a little bit more controlled, a little bit cleaner shots than St. Mary's has so far in this fourth quarter.
So the last couple 3 minutes was a good 2 or 3 minutes of Charlevoix basketball. They were under control. They're making some shots, playing great defense. Yeah, they were playing great. Go ahead.
We want to take a quick moment to thank our friends over at Golf Gaylord. Gaylord and the 989 is considered by most to be the golf mecca of Michigan. And whether you're looking for a new set of clubs or in need of fixing your slice or hook, I've got one of those too. Golf Gaylord is your destination, where you can browse a wide variety of items and get lessons from their experienced staff. That is Golf Gaylord, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you very much for supporting us here at Next Level Broadcasting and allowing us to bring this very entertaining game to you from right here at Monsignor Kaminsky Gymnasium in Gaylord.
You got their number? I'm going to need that. They talk about a slice. Could use a little help with that.
So Gaylord had some substitutions for that timeout. Looks like they brought in McKinley and Jeffers. They want to play a little quicker. They felt like maybe they let Charlevoix get the best of them those past couple minutes, as Dennis kind of alluded to. We'll see if they try and speed it up or at least just move it around with their guard play.
Big possession here. Charlevoix really needs a stop.
Ball pass over to Grzinski. Now, whoa, hello. Travel
yeah,
call.
There you go.
Wow.
That works.
Rozier knew she got away with one there. She was quite happy about that as she goes smack running into McKinley.
Needs some help. Full court pressure here by Gaylord.
Collins pass to Kemp. Raiders down 11 under the Snowbirds, 46-35. Kemp back over to Collins now to a wide open Eaton. She's not able to get that opportunity. Rozier for three, no good. Snowbirds able to come away with it. As we wind under 3.5 minutes now, 46-35 still is the score as Bevel has it for St. Mary's.
Oh, man, that was a dagger.
That was brought to you by Ava Schultz. She now has 10 points this evening.
Looked like a travel.
Ava Schultz from the high post, good look. It was about half the gym that was quick to make that call for the ref.
Oh, my goodness, I guess so.
Yeah, we had about 400 referees involved in that call.
Yeah. Grzinski now has the ball for the Snowbirds. She has it at the top of the arc. Pass over to number 11, Bevel, back over to Jeffers now. Schultz now to McKinley. Back over to Bevel. Lots of good passing going on here. It's just as Brandon was about to say. Apologize for the interruption.
No, you're good. You're good. They're just they're around that perimeter. They're forcing Charlevoix, moving left to right, and that's when you move around the perimeter so quickly like that. A lot of times you're gonna expose something in the interior when you force the defense to keep flopping back inside to both sides so quickly.
Well, I thought Charlevoix there between that 3 and 4 minute mark, I thought they had a chance to make a pretty serious run, which they kind of did there. They put a nice couple minutes of basketball together, but Gaylord kind of coming back here, grabs that possession on the missed free throw attempt.
McKinley will put up for a long three. No good. Wright able to come away with it. Do or die time now for the Raiders.
Oh.
As another turnover ensues. A mess on the floor. 3 bodies go down. We've got a travel call for Gaylord.
A lot of contact there, too. I'm surprised there wasn't a foul called.
So was I. But I'm not complaining because Charlevoix's got the ball back. But that could be a runner-up for the Gaylord Eye Center. Missed call of the game right there, maybe.
Abby Wright tries for 2, no good. Falls to the floor. Under 2.5 minutes to go now.
Oh.
Bebel contested 2 there, no good, and draws the foul.
It's gotten a little rough there. 2:15 to go. 13-point Gaylord lead. It puts Bebel to the line with 2 shots. Charlevoix's got to be, or Gaylord's got to be in the double bonus about now.
Bebel makes her first. 18 points this evening.
I think you'll see Gaylord start to take a little air out of that ball. Would be in no hurry right now.
Raiders down 14. Snowbirds up 49-35. Raiders have possession. Collins with the inbound. Quickly off to Abby Wright. Pass up court to Anna Kemp.
Wide open look.
Over to Eaton, and she gets her first 2 points of the evening.
I think that was open all night.
Yeah.
that kind of person over there on the baseline.
Ava Schultz there, no good on the shot, but Abby Wright was able to get that foul, sacrifice herself a little bit there. Minute 56 to go in the game. Raiders down 49-37.
So, early in that fourth quarter, we thought that Ava Schultz being in foul trouble was going to be a difficulty, a problem, but it really hasn't. They've been able to kind of, for the most part, deal without her this fourth quarter, but she's in the final 2 minutes just to give it her all, and now she gets to go to the line.
One thing about Gaylord, I've noticed they're pretty broadly skill set wise with their offense. I think anybody can hurt you out there. They just have different skills, but I think they have many more scores than a lot of teams you'll see in a D basketball.
It's really hard to say like which one of these players are the best player for St. Mary's because they have so many. You can look at all of them as having such good roles in what they do.
Yep.
You know, Bebel has been the speedy guard who can pass it around. Schultz has been the quick look. So is Morrell. So is Glasby. Spend some time inside. They've got a little bit of everything.
Jeffers.
Carly Eaton once again will try for another 2. Gets it in. Raiders back to a 12-point deficit now. 51-39 is the score. Minute and a half to go here in the game.
We can play some catch now.
Oh, not before Abby Wright's able to knock it away from Schultz's hands. Eaton.
Like a foul there. No call. Man, I tell you what. I think they could have seen that fall from Myra. That looked like whoa.
It's a good geography reference there.
Yeah.
I like that.
Dennis is known for those. I tell you what, he brings in some good geographic references.
Those ones that are that obvious, you can see from a long ways away.
Yeah. Kept feeling it. She goes craning into the wall here just a moment ago. Her wrist seems to be in a little bit of pain as she was rubbing it.
Yeah, I'm telling you, that wall doesn't move a half an inch when you hit it like that.
Bebel puts up another one. 1 point away now from 20 on the evening.
So Grzinski at the line.
Apologize.
Nope, no, you're good. You're good.
She gets both of those.
Hey, I'm not the critic. The listeners are.
Yeah, that's right.
They might be the ones to get after you.
Hey, they get what they pay for.
Yeah.
You know what? That's a fair point.
But we're here so you don't have to take the long drive over to Gaylord, all you Charlevoix folks.
It's nice to be able to have the Charlevoix and Gaylord listeners both on this broadcast.
Yes, it is.
No doubt about it. Game clock winding down just to about a minute now. Charlevoix down 53-39. Another foul call. This will be on Abby Wright.
We got Pat Schultz, head coach for the Snowbirds. Looked like he was giving Ava Schultz some direction on where he wants this inbound play to go.
Coaching right to the end. Abby Wright takes a seat.
And are we going to have a foul? We might actually. Oh. All right. So going to the line is looks like McKinley.
I'm going to guess she fouled out. I don't know why you'd sit her otherwise with a minute to go here.
That or just giving her a well-deserved rest.
Yeah, she played the whole game. She looks whipped over there.
Understandably so. As McKinley puts up her first one, does not fall in. She's looking for her first point of the evening. Should be the only player of the regular 7 Gaylord St. Mary's players to not have a point. And so far that continues. Time down, under a minute now. Rozier has it for Charlevoix. Pass up court to Kemp. Now to Ava Boss. Back to Kemp, trying to get something in. Rims around and out. The ball batted by Ava Boss. Schultz able to pick it back up for the Snowbirds.
That's going to about run this one down. Gaylord, no interest in shooting the ball.
Yeah, Charlevoix, look, they fought at times today, but I do think there's times St. Mary's just overwhelming on both sides of the ball. And
well, they've got so many weapons.
Right,
Like
and this
you mentioned
team,
earlier.
we mentioned at the beginning, they have a lot of seniors. This is the team that made the quarterfinals last year. This is the team that is always deep in the playoffs, and majority of these seniors. So you're playing against one of the best schools in Michigan in their division right now.
Bebel once again going up. No good there on the free throw.
And you mentioned this was after about a 2-week layoff, too.
Right.
So they're
surprised. Yeah, I am actually. I'm really impressed with how they came out here just guns blazing in the whole game, really, after a little hiatus.
Now Bebel picks up her 19th point.
Still pressing the ball with 17 seconds to go here.
Collins over to Kemp, 12 seconds to go here in the game. Back over to Rozier. The pass was too hot to handle. What do we have here? So, ladies and gentlemen, before the game expires, we've got our Culver's Butterburger Basket Award to give out tonight. And for Gaylord, I think we unanimously have to say Bebel gets that award.
Yeah, Macy Bebel just done a lot for her team tonight, handling the ball, making a lot of good inside looks, even just going to the line after some of those looks didn't fall. Really, just all around fabulous job by Bebel.
So for St. Mary's, Bebel gets it. And for Charlevoix, Anna Kemp, I'd have to say. Abby Wright's been there the whole time fighting. But you know what? Anna Kemp really had some great steals and some great baskets tonight.
Yeah, Anna Kemp had a lot of grit tonight in the transition game, and she took some hard hits, too, that, unfortunately weren't called. But
she's tough.
Abby Wright, we know she's won this award before, so we want to give it to a little bit of a underdog of a player, you might say, for the Raiders, and give it to Anna Kemp. Well-deserved tonight. So, you know what? Before we go tonight, ladies and gentlemen, we want to thank a couple more of our sponsors. First off, Just Wood and Steel. Michiganders, we like to have our outdoor toys, meaning 4x4s, ATVs, side-by-sides, campers, trailers, and much more. Often we don't consider how to store our vehicles, but Just Wood and Steel makes it easy. With pole barns, metal frames, and sheds built to your specifications, when choosing a company to build your pole barn or enclosure, go with what's real. Go with Just Wood and Steel. And we want to thank our sponsors, Bingham Insurance, Charlevoix State Bank, J&J Construction, J. Arnold Painting and Cabinetry, Gaylord Eye Center, Golf Gaylord, Just Wood and Steel, Dennis Halverson from Berkshire Hathaway, and Culver's for giving out the Butterburger Player of the Game Award tonight. So for all of us here at the Monsignor Kaminsky Gymnasium,
downtown Gaylord.
That's right, downtown Gaylord for your Charlevoix Raiders versus the Gaylord St. Mary's Snowbirds. I want to thank you all for tuning in tonight. It's been a pleasure. For Shane Smith, Dennis Halverson, Brandon Morris, Tyler Bowerman, and John Burkhart, the crew here tonight, thank you all so much for tuning in, and have a wonderful evening. We'll be right back here next week for home action in Charlevoix versus Harbor Springs next Tuesday.